I think my favorite scene in the movie is this moment where Polly mentions a girl she's seeing and then Caitlin reveals she has an ex-girlfriend. It feels like such a moment of like genuine connection between the two women.
No, it's just this girl. We've been sort of talking.
It's funny. I was dating a woman when I met Miguel.
I think I could tell that.
What can you remember about like how you approached that scene, maybe reading into the script and what it meant for each of your characters?
Yeah, I love that scene as well because I think it really kind of lays the groundwork for this intimacy that they start forging, and that Caitlin starts to really um open up to and almost lean on in a way, and she's like very hopeful that there's something brewing between them, and she doesn't really know what it is, if there's some feelings there, if it's a friendship or whatever it is. It's a connection to somebody that she maybe hasn't felt in a really long time, because she's somebody who isn't really fully authentic with most people. So it's like the first time where that she really kind of sits up and takes notice of that, and it's so lovely shooting it and getting to, and we always love, I mean, I know like we've talked about as actors, you always love getting to feel something and then cover it up in a scene is just so fun because it's so real and human. And so I loved that, like getting to feel that like pull of something and then immediately like covering it up and moving on to the next thing, which I just feel is like such a truthful experience. So yeah, I love that scene as well.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I admit I was kind of hoping maybe the movie would go a little farther and maybe have like something romantic happen between your two characters. I wonder, was there ever a version where it went there, or were you guys maybe also hoping for that?
There was never a version.
Yeah, not that I read.
I could totally see it happen. I mean,
Yeah.
you see that it could very easily go that way. And I think it was a nice, um, I think what people would expect, which there's a little bit of that going after the husband, but I like that
Yeah.
it's kind of, I see an in.
Yes.
And that's like a nice way to like pull on tension and unease.
That's the
and
word. I was thinking
yeah.
of. There's a tension there between them
Yeah.
throughout, and I think that's part of what Caitlin almost misconstrues in a way. She sort of feels like maybe this is romantic tension, and then as the film goes on, it's like, oh no, this tension is something else. Okay, this is
Yeah.
this is like there's a whole lot other stuff underneath this that
Yes.
maybe she was misreading. So but it's very really interesting. All those different feelings that are going on.
I love the dual tension that you guys are talking about, particularly in that scene where Micah, you put your hands around Mary's throat to give her a massage. It's like, is this romantic or is this murder?
Okay, it's gonna hurt a little bit.
Can you tell me about filming that scene?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it was great. I
We
know. I
had-
was like, I hope I can do a good
Yes.
massage.
I know we had to have like a little rehearsal just because it
Yeah.
was sort of like, okay, it was maybe a little more technical than some of the other scenes we've done for that reason, because it was like, how are we going to
Make it,
present this
yeah.
in a way that looks scary but
Mhm.
also a bit like romantic.
Yeah, sexual
Yeah.
as well.
So it was a lot more of like a collaboration with Michelle of like, okay, this is where the hand needs to be placed,
Yeah.
and this is where when you need to turn and when you need to look back. And
Yeah.
most of the scenes were very like free, just kind of like you
Go for it.
do whatever
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
feel is right. But that one had to be crafted
Yeah.
a little bit more to convey, everything that was meant to be conveyed.
Another scene I imagine was crafted a bit is that big fight scene in the kitchen where the tension is definitely murderous. Can you tell me about kind of choreographing that fight and filming it?
Yeah, I mean, we had really awesome
Yeah.
stunt guys and gals, and we were able to do a decent amount ourselves. And yeah, I mean, it was a hard day, because we had to remember, the scene prior was so emotional, and making sure we brought that into the physicality and all the anger and the tension, all of that like had to be there. But I mean, it was quite fun
Yeah.
and crazy and
Crazy. And yeah, again, like you said, another scene that had to be crafted. So we sort of had
Yeah.
all these like emotional scenes leading up to it that were just very like raw and just let the emotion out, and this one, it was kind of like the emotion had to be there, but we had to technically
Yeah.
choreograph exactly how that was going to work, and safely as well,
Yes.
without like actually killing each
Hurting.
other.
Yeah.
Which is always the fine line of those scenes.
Mhm.
So
And
once
nobody got hurt, I hope.
No,
no, I don't think
I
so.
don't think so. I think we're all in the
Yeah,
clear.
we made it through unscathed.
Oof.
I love that this movie has so many women behind the camera as well as in front of it. I wondered, for both of you, does working with a woman director mean something to you? Is it something you seek out? Does it change the dynamic on set?
It does. I mean, particularly when it's a woman like Michelle. I mean, she's just such an incredible person and an incredible artist. And I think we were all, just every now and then you sort of look at each other and be like, "So cool. We're just like the three of us
Yeah.
women,
Yeah.
just like on set talking about this scene and breaking it down and figuring out what needs to happen and not having anybody else really interjecting in it. And that was amazing. And really, I think everyone trusted Michelle to such a high level that there was
100%.
there was nobody on set like looming over her, telling her what she should be doing or not doing. And for somebody as kind of early on in their career, that's kind of rare, for that trust to be there. Like it really was just us making the movie for ourselves.
Yeah.
And that was so cool. And I think it speaks to why the film is so empathetic to its characters as well. I mean, also our screenwriter, who is male, who I was surprised when I read it that
I
it was
could
male.
not believe it.
That's
Yeah.
such a female lens to
Yeah.
it. But I think his collaboration with Michelle
Yeah.
really kind of helped push it into that place as well. And I think it does just have that, like you look at these women and you see them for who they are and not just as like a hero and a villain. And I think that is, Michelle's, a lot of that is Michelle's influence.
You're both considered scream queens at this point with roles in iconic horror movies. I'm wondering what keeps you coming back to that genre and how do you feel about that title, Scream Queen?
I think we've been talking, we
Yeah.
both love horror films, always have, and yeah, I think being called a queen of any kind is,
I'll take it.
I'll take, yeah, is an amazing thing. So, yeah, I think there's something about the horror genre that, it's just such a fun thing to be a part of. When horror films are good, they're like the best that cinema has to offer, and same for when it comes to acting in them. You get to do so much. You get to mine so many emotions, through sometimes a metaphorical lens. But what's underneath it is dealing with like real human, messy stuff. And that's always so fun as an actor to get
Totally.
to get to play in.
Micah, I'm wondering if we can get an update on the It Follows sequel. They Follow, has it started filming?
Rumors are of next year. It's been, yeah, I mean, we've been busy. We've all been busy, but this script it's so good, and absolutely think this movie should get made because I think fans will be really I think it's like exceptional.
Mary, is there any hope of you overplaying Huntress on screen again? You were so perfect in Birds of Prey.
I would love to. I don't think it's going in that direction for me, but I loved getting a chance to play it and to play that version of her because I thought it was such a fun version of the character. But I think, it's like anything else. It's like what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Different versions. It's like a play. It's like from Shakespeare to
Yeah.
horror films and everything in between. Everybody gets to sort of try different versions and experiment. And so I'm all for that. I think that's great.